girls trip and my husband calls me every hour. Yeah, I let the dogs out. That's good, baby. Yeah, had to leave peed and pooped. Oh, that's good, baby. Talk to you in a bit. Okay, love you. Okay, bye, baby. These times again. Hey, I'm ordering dinner. That's good, baby. Every time. Just keep amping him. That's good, baby. Leave me alone, baby.
You! I will think of you as I throw up into the toilet.
Your husband is obviously concerned that you're using this girls trip as an excuse to have Chad play with your overrated goop trap of blatant suffering. And instead of maturely discussing your issues with your husband like any normal decent wife would, you feel that your only recourse is to publicly emasculate and openly disrespect your husband to an entire planet of strangers on your dumbass social media page. A page that your husband probably follows, by the way.
Man, that's just mean. That's mean, man.
You can just tell by the look on her face that she is incredibly annoyed to be reminded about the fact that she has a husband who's actually concerned about her. You know that she just wants to go to the clubs and drink a whole bunch of tequila and then find herself a nice Tyrone and get down to something sticky and immoral. But because she is being reminded that she took vows to be honorable and faithful to her husband, she decides to act like a child and be condescending and rude to a person she is apparently supposed to care about. And these examples of blatant disrespect can all be avoided if you just follow the moral of the story, gentlemen and gents. Only simps allow their girlfriends to go on girls trips.
Indeed. I'm literally shaking right now because I just had a man approach me in a parking lot and it went fine. And I'm going to tell you why it went fine and how to address it, because it was in a book I read and this is how you're supposed to address it, but it scared me. I'm literally shaking.
Lady, you're scaring us.
So this guy, I am alone with my son, by myself, a woman, and a male approached me in a parking lot. He's, "Excuse me, miss," and I don't know why in the hell he was approaching me or what he was trying to do. And before he was probably 30 feet from me when he said, "Excuse me, ma'am," and I turned around and I literally yelled at him and I said, "Do not approach me."
Whoa.
Alrighty, so you're alone, by yourself, with your child, alone as a woman who's by herself in broad daylight in a blatantly full parking lot when some guy called out, "Excuse me, ma'am." Okay, got it. And because you read a book, odds are you probably couldn't name 9 more, your only option was to scream bloody murder.
Yeah, that checks out. That sounds about right.
And he immediately started going in the other direction, and I just kept saying it over and over and over. I said, "Do not approach me, do not approach me." And he of course got "What the F?" He started cussing and yelling what's your problem? And I looked at him and he actually then crossed a couple cars down from my car. He didn't come anywhere near me. He crossed a couple cars down from my car and was like, continuing to cuss and say, "What's your problem?"
I feel shocked.
Now, I recently had the honor of having a long intellectual discussion on this subject with a couple of intergalactic plumbers, and we all came to the same conclusion that there are at least 1,267 and a half reasons why a man would say, "Excuse me, ma'am," to a lady in a full parking lot during daylight hours. These reasons include: you dropped your purse. Stop, you're shoplifting. Would you like some free food court coupons? Lady, you forgot your receipt. Are you searching for a new messiah? Are you sure that's your child? And of course, I'm brain damaged. Have you seen my mother? Now granted, it's not outside the realm of rational thought that something nefarious was afoot. However, under the circumstances, the guy said 3 words and was 30 feet away, so screaming bloody murder probably wasn't the most mature way to deal with things.
I know it, your family knows it. Dogs know it.
And I say, "You do not approach women in a parking lot." I just kept saying, "Do not approach me. You do not approach women in a parking lot," yelling it. No male should ever approach a woman in a parking lot. Ever. No male should ever approach a woman in a parking lot. And if a male does approach you, you need to turn around and use the strongest voice that you can possibly use with them. Don't be polite. They need to literally screw off. No male should be approaching you in a parking lot.
That does not make sense.
I gotta be serious for a moment because I have no idea if this woman is overreacting or if she is responding to PTSD due to something that's happened to her in the past. If that's the case, I sincerely hope that this woman gets the professional help that she clearly needs and that she makes a recovery. But still, all that screaming and hollering is going to accomplish is having someone video this display of raw human emotion and place it on the internet for clout. People like me are going to make fun of you, and concerned parents might get Child Protective Services involved since you're doing this in front of your infant. And that's really nothing to joke about. However, if this does turn out to be an overreaction, then good God, woman, get a life.
So for the people who use the excuse of like guys won't go up to girls anymore because they're afraid of coming off as like rapey or weird, like that's not a thing.
The fuck did you just say?
If you're not rapey and you're not weird and you go up to a girl, like it's just not a thing.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid. Now wait just a minute. And you're ugly, just like your mum.
Every day, modern men risk losing their jobs if a female co-worker decides to file an HR claim over wrongful harassment. So, men avoid women in the workplace. Female gym influencers will zoom in on men who are working out and falsely accuse them of stalking and being creepy for simply glancing in their general directions for 2 seconds. So, men don't bother going to the gym anymore. There are women who will go out and try to destroy men with false accusations in hopes of getting a quick payday in the US court system, so men won't risk asking women out. And lest we forget, false allegations against men and completely destroying their lives for no reason outside of being showered with attention and or petty revenge. So men have decided the only logical action is to not talk to any women at all. Yeah, but go ahead and tell me how this is totally not a thing.
This is just so shocking. I mean, I must just be so monumentally naive.
You are.
But I understand where you guys are coming from other girls saying that they don't feel comfortable when guys do that. But I think that girls are just saying that when a guy genuinely is creepy. And I hope all of you guys are not generally creepy. There are some creepy people out there. Whatever.
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
That's the thing, you blank-faced banana head. Most women think that the average guy is creepy thanks to the profoundly unrealistic standards that have been set thanks to taints on society like social media, modern feminism, and Disney movies. You can't just say what we've known to be an incontrovertible truth for the last decade is all of a sudden a myth simply because your murky dust chute hasn't gotten any in a few days.
Get serious. That never works.
Anyways, after gathering all of my data, here's what I've come to. Unfortunately, we are all dying alone. I'm sorry, and I don't make the rules, but both genders don't want to talk to each other. We don't want to use dating apps anymore. We all want to stay in our comfort zone with the people that we know when we're out. We don't really feel like making an effort to meet new people.
Bullshit!
Once we decide to go our own way, all we do is leave our comfort zone. We start working out more, we start eating better, and we start doing the things we told ourselves we'd never be able to accomplish. We focus on becoming better versions of ourselves as we laugh at the world that you created for yourselves. The only person who's stuck in their protective bubble is you. You refuse to actually give anybody a chance since you think 80% of men are beneath you. We simply accepted the fact that dying alone is a distinct possibility. So we're making the most out of the time we have. And for a lot of us, we would prefer that if it means we're not wasting that valuable time on vacuous succubi such as yourself. We are simply being more selective, just like you, only we're better at it.
Oh, you're right. And when you're right, you're right. And you're always right.
Well, that's gonna do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. As always, if you find that my particular brand of humor is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button and ring the notification bell so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for checking out the new video, and until next time, peace out, homies.